brand new episode of Smile with Prachi. This is Prachi, and today's video is going to be slightly different from what we usually do on this channel. Today, I won't be reading out any letters because I really felt that covering this topic will help my larger audience. A lot of times, people stay in a relationship even though it's making them completely miserable simply because they made a promise to themselves or their partners in the past saying, I will love you forever, I will be with you forever. So even though they're miserable, they continue being in that relationship. A lot of women, especially I think in our country, they feel that being a one-man woman makes them the right woman, a woman of virtue, because these theories, these concepts are so deep ingrained in us. But if you really believe in that, you're living in another time that doesn't exist. Now, let me be very honest. There are people who are very lucky. At the age of 15 or 16, they actually do find the person they want to spend the rest of their lives with, and they actually stay together forever, like Marshall and Lily, if you watched How I Met Your Mother. But that is not how most relationships work out. Sometimes things change. Sometimes going with the flow needs a lot more courage, a lot more strength than standing by what you used to believe in. Now, starting with today's video, there are quite a few things that I wanted to discuss, and a lot of these are very common occurrences in the letters that I also get for Smile with Prachi. First things first, when you are in a relationship, remember communication is the key. How is your communication with your partner? If communication isn't easy with your partner, whether it's because of their temper issues or because they judge you a lot, maybe they'll just mock you, make fun of you, or simply ignore what you're saying, you don't even feel heard. That is a very big problem. Okay, another very common occurrence, and this I have especially seen somehow in young relationships a lot, when they have a very close bonding with their exes. Okay, so if your boyfriend or girlfriend has an ex and they're still very close to each other, that might work for you. It works sometimes for some relationships, but by and large for most relationships that does not work. If they're friends with their ex, that still might work. But if they're constantly in touch, they need to talk to each other every other day for hours on phone, and you just feel that your partner is not giving enough importance to your feelings. Or if they're constantly talking about their ex, if your boyfriend, for instance, this applies to women also, but I'm just saying boyfriend for an example. If your boyfriend is constantly saying, oh, my ex was so beautiful, everyone was crazy about her. Which brings me to the next point. Does your partner harm or hurt your self-esteem? They're calling you fat, they're making fun of your intelligence, or comparing you to their ex, like I just said. Even that could be a major problem. However, this is a problem where you might be able to communicate your feelings. You also need to check with yourself if you are being too sensitive. Maybe they just, made fun of you once or twice because you didn't understand something which was very basic. Okay, that's a sound from outside. I hope that's not disturbing you. Okay. So maybe, they made fun of you once or twice in a very healthy, sporting way that, oh, you're so silly, you don't even understand that. So you can't take that to your heart. You can't be sensitive about things like that, of course. But if in general they're constantly mocking you, making fun of you, or embarrassing you in front of people, making fun of you like that, that is a problem. Try to talk to your partner about this. This is an issue which can be fixed, to be very honest. But of course, it also depends on whether your partner is willing to fix it or not. Another very common problem that people face in relationships, and this can often be a telltale sign of you being in a really wrong relationship, is when your partner is not willing to take accountability or responsibility for their actions. And I don't mean saying sorry is important. Okay, so I mean, when somebody comes and gives you an unconditional apology, honestly, nothing like it. That definitely makes you feel heard. But some people find it really hard to just say sorry because it is a difficult word to say. So even if your partner does not apologize, are they at least accepting their mistake in other words? And are they trying to make a change in their behavior when you're constantly fighting about the same issues over and over again and they're clearly at fault? If it keeps continuing, that brings me to my next point. Now, this is also very important and again seen a lot in young relationships. Are you constantly going on and off relationship? You break up one day, don't talk for a couple of days, there's a lot of crying and all of that, everyone's hurt, and then you make up and go back to each other again. Once or twice is still understandable. You really need to ask yourself if you really even love this person, because if you're constantly breaking up, that definitely means that there's a part of you that doesn't want to stay with that person. So if you don't want to stay with that person, where are you holding on to your partner? Is it because it's more comfortable to stay in that relationship than move on? Because breakups are tough. Let me be very honest, breakups are very tough. And yes, it does take a lot of courage to break up with someone and to move past it. You know, you sometimes, when you are breaking up, it can feel like you're starting your life all over again. You had your whole life planned out. Okay, I'm going to settle down with this person, this is what I'm going to do with this, and suddenly all of that goes away and you are suddenly left in the blank. That can be scary, but like I just said, right, holding on to the past is not a good enough reason to be miserable, to stay in a miserable relationship. Another very big telltale sign. Now this is, I think, one of the top 5 things that I get in my letter. When your future plans don't align with each other, okay, or you don't see a future together. The most common thing that comes up is, me and my boyfriend or me and my girlfriend, we belong to different castes or different religion, and my parents will not agree. Now, I am a big advocate of stand up for your love, fight for your love, do whatever is required. If it is your true love, you fight for it. But I understand every situation, every family is different. If you feel that no, I'll not be able to convince my parents, there is no future together. If you and your partner have different career goals and it's going to take you to different places, and neither of you is willing to take a back seat, then where are you even headed towards? You may be in love today, but if there is no future together, don't fool yourself. I see a lot of people saying this, that okay, you know what, I'm in love with this person, I will be with him for 3 years or 4 years or whatever, and I will consider that this is my life. After 4 years, we will have to break up. He will go his way, I will go my way, but I will live with the memories. Please stop with all that. That's not how life works. You are not happy today, you will not be happy tomorrow, your partner is not going to be. Just move on. If breaking up today is going to hurt you so much, just think how difficult is it going to be breaking up after 4 years. Having said all of that, I would still urge you to think about it and fight for your relationship. But if you know for a fact that you can't fight for your relationship, call it off. You're not in the right relationship. But that is about people who are in a committed relationship. What about those people who are in a relationship where the partner is not even making a commitment? If you have been with someone for a really long time, now see, everybody, it's very difficult for two people in a relationship to be exactly at the same place emotionally. It doesn't always happen, especially during the initial stages. So you might be someone who's a hardcore romantic who fell in love after 2 dates. Maybe your partner needs to get to know you for a couple of weeks or even a few months to really start feeling that way about you. That is understandable. Okay? But if you've been together for 2 or 3 years and your partner is still not willing to make commitments. Another question that I keep getting a lot, and this especially comes from women really. I've never seen a guy write this question to me, but regardless of the gender, if your partner is forcing you for physical intimacy, a lot of guys will tell girls that, I mean, I can't even count the number of times I have gotten letters asking this question or saying this thing, that my boyfriend says that we should get physically intimate because we are going to get married anyway. We are like husband and wife already. You are like husband and wife. I'm not saying that you should not have premarital sex. I think everybody has their own opinion on the matter. I personally am very traditional on this. I would say wait, but if you don't want to wait, it's still your opinion and all respects for that. But my question is, like husband and wife and not being husband and being husband and wife are two very different things. Okay? Guys will tell you, a lot of times guys will tell you things like, okay, I'm a guy, I just need it. If I don't get it from you, I will be more tempted to cheat on you. And girls actually fall for it. No. So emotional blackmail, physically forcing you to do something, all of these are very, very wrong. Another very common scenario that is seen, and this is also seen in a lot of marriages actually, when one partner is pretty much taking all the decisions, not even consulting the other partner, not even asking them if they are okay with it. Do you constantly feel sidelined, especially in the important matters? Or even small matters. You want to go for a movie, but every single time it is his choice of movie. That's not cool. That brings me to the next point. Are you constantly asking for permission on what to wear, who to talk to? Look, I understand that when you're in a relationship, loyalty is important. So obviously, you are expected not to be on dating apps and websites. Okay? If you're there, if that is where your freedom is taken away, that's understandable. That is obvious. That is what you should be doing. But simple things like your day to day activity, or in fact, for that matter, even your life goals, your career goals, in the end, your freedom, your opinion is important. Your partner should respect that. And last but not the least, have you found your partner lying to you multiple times? In fact, I've even heard girls say things like, "It's okay, men cheat. That's how men are. It's the job of a woman to keep bringing him back." Oh my God, no. Lying and definitely cheating is not acceptable. Please don't let anyone convince you that it's okay for your partner to lie to you. Now, see, again, there can be scenarios where your partner might have to lie to you. For example, if your partner is planning a birthday surprise, so he will lie to you or she will lie to you, right? Or your partner has lied to you because, it was a situation where they just had to. But they come back and they apologize or they admit to it. That's a completely different scenario. But if you have caught your partner lying, I think if it's one or two times, you can talk to, and if it's a very small thing, then you can ask your partner why they lied, what happened, talk it out, and let them know not to lie ever again. Okay? But more than that is not acceptable. Because when you lie to someone, you break the foundation of trust. And trust is what builds a relationship. So, what kind of a relationship are you even in? A lot of people will say, "Prachi, this is too idealistic." No, it's not. What has been fed to you is just a bunch of compromises that's bound to make you unhappy. There is a reason why there are so many people in unhappy relationships today. Because the basic fundamentals of what a relationship should look like are not clear. And then we blame the Western culture for it. No. This has got nothing to do with the Western culture. It's about understanding that practicality, love, your future decisions, your opinions, their opinions, all of these things matter, and finding the perfect mix for yourself. Constantly working on it. A relationship is not going to be easy, but with the right person, it doesn't feel difficult either. Okay? So, guys, that's all I want to share in today's really, really long video, but I genuinely hope this video helps you guys out. And of course, if you have any of your own points to share, or if you feel that you are in a bad relationship but you don't feel sure, you can always write your letters to me. I would strongly urge that you write your letters in the comment section below, okay? Because it's just easier for me to reach out, and then a lot of people can learn from your stories. A lot of people can share their own stories with you, trying to help you out. I think it's so wonderful how this community has become such a beautiful place where people are really trying to help each other out and find solutions and find answers. So share your questions, share your suggestions, share your comments, and be happy. Have a great weekend, everybody, guys. This is me, Prachi, signing off now. Bye bye.